have one unheard message.
Wondering why? No, you ain't shy. I'ma say bye. But I know I won't think twice. Better let go of your.
Hey, what's up, my crowns and T-Herbals? Welcome to Toxic Tea Lounge. Everything in this video is allegedly. Let's talk. All right, today we got Chrisean, we got Party, we got Cash from That TV, we got Tamar Braxton, a whole bunch of stuff in that. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna start with is Chrisean. Okay, so she was with her brother Petey. She was in Baltimore. And she was, having a lit time and just having a good old time with her brother and her friends. Of course, she was henny down, lit. And she went on live and she was basically hinting something, but she wasn't fully exposing whatever that she had on her mind. She said that she promised that she wasn't going to say anything, and something that she found out and she felt bad about. And we're going to listen to a little bit of the clip, but it is some background music and stuff like that. So I will be putting a voice effect and trying to, cover a little bit of that up for copyright reasons. So let's get straight into the video. The full video is going to be on my Instagram. Okay.
I got 10 over there. Get pregnant. Hey, look, see, see, well, this is just time for granted. Oh, yeah, crazy. That's it. All I gotta say is crazy. Time is short. Everyone will say it, but I promise I won't say it. I'm never gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. What would you like to say? Share, what's been hurting me is New Year positive and spirit. I know this is a New Year thing, but it's like damn. I feel bad. Well, no, you can change. No, not that. You got reading cold, bro. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, we can't play majority of the video because the music even got louder. So she basically was telling the people around her, her friend, oh, we're speaking in code and you got to understand the code. And so she basically was just trying to really not say whatever she wanted to say. But let me know down in the comments below, what do you think that she was talking about? Because when I posted up on my Instagram, people was saying that it could be she's pregnant, she had an abortion, or certain stuff like that. But if it was a death or something like that, that wouldn't really be a secret. That's just like, something that you would say. But clearly whatever that she have in her head that she didn't want to say is basically going to be tea. In my opinion, that's just how I feel. But I don't know. Like, I just feel like in 2024, hopefully Chrisean get it together. Put herself first and her child, leave Blueface out of it, because clearly they literally was just, around each other. Because she also was like in her friend's live, and they was in a bar or a restaurant or a place where you're not supposed to do what she was doing. She was in her friend's live, pulling her pants down, her panties and stuff, and showing her butt and pulling her shirt up with her bra on and going like this, doing all unnecessary things in a public place that girl, it's a time and place for everything. I just felt like in 2024 she should have just learned how to be a little bit more mature, move a little differently. I don't see that happening because she's still, and I feel like 2024 she should just lay off the liquor. You know what I'm saying? Because every single time you turn around now, it's just like she's back in her alcoholic ways, okay? And never taking accountability for nothing, okay? And she recently was around Blueface because she brought her son to meet his dad, and they was in Blueface's house. So, like I said in my last video, when Chrisean was like, oh, I'm leaving my crib, he damaged it, and it's hot over there, and she's gonna be moving different, and this and that. I already told y'all 9 times out of 10, wherever she decides to move again, she's gonna let Blueface know, and he's gonna have her location, and the antics is still gonna be going on. She's not really sticking to her guns right now, but it is what it is. Anyway, let me know how y'all feel about what Chrisean, or what y'all thought that Chrisean was hinting or being a secret about, okay? because it was a little weird to me. So, I mean, anything in the dark always come to the light. Ignore my New York City sounds, okay? Y'all always gonna hear this. So, the next thing we're gonna discuss is Party, okay? This is something just quick. Party at the time said he really wasn't messing with, you know, Jada Kingdom, and it wasn't like that, and he was just like this friend. But they went into the New Year's together. They made a video. She was in there clapping cheeks, you know, like dancing, you know, twerking and stuff like that. They look cute together. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I just feel like Party also got stuff that he needs to work on also, okay? Because him and the Megan stuff got going on, and then online they're making it like a Jada Kingdom twerk off with Megan, because Megan also was on her thing twerking, and they was just like, it's not a competition. Why do people always make everything a competition? Please, why? But let me know down in the comments below, how do y'all feel about Party and Jada Kingdom together, dating, screwing? I don't know what they're doing, okay? But they definitely look cozy together. Do you think that is going to last? If you think it's going to last, let me know why. And if you do not think they're going to last, let me know why down in the comments below. Now, we're going to look at the video that Cash from Nadass TV. I am going to be discussing Nadass TV shows now because a lot of people want me to give reviews on it, so that's what I'm going to do. So Cash is from Nadass TV. She was on live and somebody asked her, if you could choose between Taseki and E.T. in a fight, who do you got? So we're going to listen to the video and see what she says. And then I'm just going to give my opinion about who I would have. Okay? And y'all already know the reunion for Baddies. Baddies East is coming soon. And another thing with Zeus. Why would you push back the episode that was supposed to come out on Sunday for the next Sunday? Like, y'all be doing so many weird things. I feel like y'all should need to stay on task because every Sunday we need to have an episode. What is going on? That's why I be watching that TV, because Zeus be doing their own thing. Y'all be having people wait for nothing. The episode that they been, you know, promoting with the Jamaica scene, where they went to the trip for Jamaica. Why that episode is probably the last episode. They've been promoting that since every Sunday. We would think that that's the show that the episode we're gonna see, because that's the episode where all the fighting happens with everybody, and they kept it for last. So why would you promote it, making it seem as if that's what we're gonna be watching? Come on now, Zeus. But anyway, let's just get into the video.
Who you got, TC or ET? I got ET. Taseki or ET? I got ET.
What?
I got ET. I got ET. I got ET. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Because ET swings fast on the set.
Yeah.
Like, y'all have to pay attention to this. ET swings fast on my soul. Taseki, cause she could punch, but she's slow. On the dead homie, she's ET. She punch on my soul, so it's like I got ET. Like, I got ET. I'm not gonna lie. I got ET on my soul.
On my soul. All right, so she says she got ET because ET punches faster and Taseki punches slower. Me personally, ET and Taseki know how to fight. I really don't know who I got, to be honest with you. I'm probably leaning a little bit more towards Taseki. But I don't know, to be honest with you. We are gonna see on the reunion who gonna be who, okay? But y'all already know Zeus, even on the show, the reunion is not gonna be any different. They're gonna have like 100 Zeus security. As soon as the girls get together or get close to each other, all they gonna do is swing in the air, pull a piece of hair, and the security is gonna separate them. So you're not really gonna see too much fighting, for real. It's gonna be a lot of edits and all this other stuff. That's why I don't like Zeus sometimes, because it's like, damn, y'all got a show where females has a whole bunch of drama and fighting, but we barely see real fighting. We see a scratch, people barely bleed, people barely got black eyes, listen, nobody really getting beat up on Zeus, okay? Now that's TV, people is having black eyes, busted lips, closed eyes, bloody everything. It's a whole bunch of, I like it over there, okay? Because if I want to see somebody fight, I want to see somebody fight. I don't want to see no sugarcoating fighting, okay? We're not, no. 2024 Zeus, get it together, for real. So at the end of the day, let me know how y'all feel about that situation, okay? And also Cash know how to fight. Now, people that's on that ass TV, they know how to fight. So I don't know what to tell you. Now we're getting to get into the last thing, which is going to be a lot. So make sure y'all stay tuned for this, okay? It's regarding Tamar. So a video leaked, okay? A video leaked with Tamar, you know, the situation with the Chrisean and punching James and all this other stuff. That circulated back in 2024. Okay, as soon as 2024 start, here we go again with 2023 mess. So TMZ leaked the video that was, you know, leaked to them with Tamar before the show happened. Tamar was in backstage or whatever, in her dressing room, wherever they was at, praying. They was having a prayer session. They show Chrisean coming in, interrupting the prayer session, and Toni Braxton was kind of like, ugh, girl, like that type of energy, and people was giving Toni Braxton a lot of backlash because she didn't want to hold Chrisean's hand when she came in and interrupting things, right? So Tamar came out, exposed a story regarding somebody around that know her, saying that somebody leaked it and a whole bunch of stuff. Then she came out with the actual footage of James cracked tooth, busted nose or whatever. Now she leaks that. Now remember when that situation was going on and everybody kept saying, oh, James, Tamar, all y'all liars, and they was getting a lot of backlash and a lot of stuff like that. They did not leak that footage. Now all of a sudden that Tamar and her sister Toni Braxton is getting a lot of backlash. Now she decides in 2024 to leak whatever she had. Girl, you should have been did that to try to prove your case over there, or try to, you know, because if I'm getting a lot of backlash and stuff like that, and I know for sure that I'm not lying, I'm putting out the receipts. Period. Like, what do you mean? So we're going to get into, and Troy, y'all know Troy was the one that was in, the head of her tour, and, you know, helping her do this and do that with her touring and everything else. She came out and she basically like, listen, this person said that Troy was the one that leaked it. The person got $5,000 for leaking the footage and all type of stuff. So we're gonna listen to what Tamar had to say. We're gonna listen to what Troy had to say and some receipts that Troy had put out. Now, the first thing that we're gonna do is listen to what Tamar had to say, okay, regarding the TMZ leaked footage and her explanation as to why her sister Toni didn't want to touch Chrisean and all type of stuff. So let's get straight into it.
Praise the Lord, saints. I had to get on here because Tony's not going to say nothing. And the last time somebody said something about me, everybody was like, don't defend yourself, but today is the day. It is D-Day. So we're going to finally talk about it. So let's talk about it. So this video today was leaked from my dressing room, which usually I have no one in my dressing room before a show when it's time to pray. It's just, you know, my immediate staff, right? So when Chrisean walked in, the reason why my face looked like what is because, like, first of all, who is it? And why wasn't nobody stopped at the door? 2, Toni and Chrisean did not know who each other was, all right? So Toni was like, well, who is this person coming in between me and my sister? Me and Toni both, when it's time to pray and we in our dressing room, don't nobody come and interrupt, period. That's just something that we do. That's actually something that I learned from her, okay? So, first of all, my sister has lupus, an autoimmune disorder, okay? If I get sick, if you get sick, it's no big deal. If she gets sick, she go to the hospital. So what she not finna do is touch a stranger's hand, embrace a stranger. She don't know Chrisean from Adam, okay? And so when she walked in, it kind of startled everybody. So let's just address that there, okay? You see that? And at the end,
Okay, so right there, she's basically explaining why her face was like that when Chrisean came in, why her sister didn't hold Chrisean's hand because she has lupus and she gets sick because she don't just hold random people's hands. I'm just going to call cap on that, okay? Let's just say because Tony, that wasn't the first time we see Tony Braxton having that, like, that distance and that ilky kind of energy when it comes to Chrisean. And I don't blame her because Chrisean is not mature. Okay, she don't know how to carry herself in certain places, like a time and a place for everything. She was drunk the last time, making a fool out of herself on Tamar Braxton's actual tour, her performance and everything. So I just feel like Tony Braxton, if she don't mess with Chrisean, she don't mess with Chrisean. That's just how it is. Everybody don't have to mess with everybody. Okay, just because y'all like Chrisean doesn't mean that everybody gotta like the way she be moving and what she be doing and stuff like that. So y'all could miss me with the bullcrap. So I just feel like Tamar is capping on that. Just say your sister doesn't like Chrisean. Just keep it simple. Like, this is not the first time. Like, there's different, like, videos showing Tony Braxton, like, looking at Chrisean as if she was, like, a dum-dum. Okay? Like, who is the slow girl? That's basically what Tony was looking at her like, okay? Let's just stop it right there. And on top of that, I just felt like a lot of people were not holding Chrisean accountable because if you see somebody praying, right? They're actually praying. Why would you take it upon yourself to interrupt that? You couldn't wait to the side, put your head down, join the prayer without interrupting it. I just feel like she needs to learn how to, like, be a little bit more mature because this is like, girl, like, what are you doing? Like, that's just how I feel about the situation. Now, we are going to get into what she posted about James. We're going to look at that little clip, and then I'm going to speak on it after. So let's get straight into it.
Right here, it's right after James get busted in the face with a 1-2 bow back. Okay?
Yeah,
that is still in my dressing room. Tooth knocked out.
So do you want to, you going to press charges or you just?
Yes.
I'm pressing charges. I didn't do nothing to that girl.
Oh!
We can't leave him to the police. Oh,
Is that the hit that we made up? Huh? Now see, James is my best friend and I would never ever do him. Look at my baby lip. I would never ever do him like that. But at this point, it has gotten above and beyond out of control. Okay? Nobody is lying on nobody. Nobody want no trial for nothing. That was the legendary Tony Braxton.
So, what do y'all think happened for Tamar to be like, this is beyond and beyond, whatever? Like, girl, you don't want to do that to your baby James, but now is the time. Why? Because 2024, what are you doing? You should have did this already. If you really feel some type of way about people bashing you and calling y'all liars and saying y'all clout chasers and all this other stuff, talking about some other people was saying don't defend yourself. Why would you listen to other people? You are a grown woman with an image that you have to, maintain. So at the end of the day, it's just like, girl, you should have been exposed this, okay? James should have exposed this because it didn't really look like it was really much that damaged the way they made it seem. They made it seem like his nose is leaking, broken, all type of stuff they made it seem like. Yeah, me personally, I automatically thought it was true because Chrisean has a tendency of punching people when she don't like things being said. She feels some type of way. She just feel like violence is the key and it's really not, and she make herself look dumb and she put herself in like unnecessary situations, and she has a child now. So I just feel like she should be a little bit more safe, okay? When it comes to certain situations, because, like, girl, what? So, next, we're gonna go into what she has to say about Troy, okay? First, we're gonna, I'm gonna read what the person has said first, okay? So, the person, okay, named Keon Perry, whatever, says the footage that was leaked from Tamar's dressing room to TMZ was captured by me. The only people who have possession of it, other than myself, is Troy, the bitter one, and Rodney Atwaters Jr., the little one. These two bozos are in cahoots with each other because they are friends. Don't use my footage to stir the pot of drama, especially if you distort the quality. Then he added Tamar Braxton. I am deeply sorry that this footage got out, and I would never do anything to tarnish you or your family's brand and name. Now, that is what Keon Perry had to say. He was the one that actually was the one that was behind the camera who took the footage, right? So now let's listen to what Tamar had to say about that situation.
I don't even know the man. He said this footage, that was truth of the matter is me and my sister meant no ill will towards nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our touring business. We take it very seriously. And the truth of the matter is, James, I'm so sorry. I love you with all my heart and soul, but your friend sold you up a river for $5,000. Yep. Somebody said he sold the video to TMZ. The man here, Keon, said y'all sold that video, not me. Keon said y'all sold that video to somebody named Charlie for $5,000. Now, I just want to give y'all a little story time. Y'all want to know another story? Isn't this amazing? This is Travis, and he has a bit of information that he'd like to share. Travis, would you step up to the podium and give the people of God the information that you know?
So there she read what Keon Perry had to say. She says she doesn't even know the person. Okay. 2, she's like, oh, everybody's coming out. They want to make sure that they, you know, speak their piece and this and this and that. And then she says that, sorry, James, your friend Troy sold you out for $5,000. First of all, the video footage that allegedly was leaked by whoever and got the $5,000, it was either the person that just made the post, Keon Perry, because he was one of them, Troy, or the other person, right? So it's 3 people that had the footage. It could be either or, okay? But she automatically saying it's Troy. So it's like, I thought Troy was your friend, your bestie, and all this other stuff. I thought y'all was cool. I thought, like, what is going on, right? Like, how do you say these things about Troy with no actual proof that he did it? Then in that story that she read, doesn't say nothing about $5,000 and a Charles, whatever name it was that was supposedly leaked to the person. Where did she get that information from? Did she call TMZ and got the information from herself? Because it doesn't say that, and nowhere in that story, $5,000 and the name of the person that they gave it to. So I don't know if Tamar is like trying to get some clout for 2024 with a new bang. I don't know. But why would you automatically think it was Troy if it was another person and the person that just made the story? So you think that somebody, you know, that posted up a story is innocent already? There's some drama, all right, in that whole little circle, and it's not nothing new. It probably was already brewing up. But let's listen to the last of what the person that she's with have to say about the situation, and then we're gonna get into Troy and what he had to say.
So what actually led up to Chrisean being angry that night before she attacked James was the fact when she got there, she had 10 people there, but she originally only told us that it was supposed to be 6 people with her. So LaTroy Davis, and you know I'm not lying because I was standing right there while you was talking to her and her team, you told the venue staff that only 6 people can be backstage and the rest has to go to the audience. So after she picked the 6 people, she was also told that she was the only one that can be on the left side of the stage by herself. After that situation happened, she ended up coming up to me and said, hey, fam, I'm not trying to cause any issues, but can I at least have one person on there? And I asked her, who did she want? And she said, her manager with the dreads. So I've got one of the venue staff members, and the venue staff member brought her manager to the back. So after that, she was calm a little bit, and then she ended up coming up to me again, and she said, hey, fam, when am I performing? What time I'm performing? When time I'm going on?
Because remember I had said I had wanted her to come out to do a vibe all the time doing the twerk off part? That's what we was talking about. Go ahead, now read on.
So I told her, I said, I didn't know anything about that, but let me go to the person who's in charge, which is LaTroy Davis, while we were on tour. At the time, he was in charge. So
it's his tour.
So I went up to LaTroy and I said, hey, Chrisean said, when is she performing? He asked me, what are you talking about? I said, Chrisean told me that Tamar Braxton told her that she can perform doing one of the halftime things. He was like, well, she's not getting on my stage. She's not getting on my stage. And I was like, what do you want me to tell her? He was like, well, she's not getting on my stage. And he walked off. And that was that.
So that's the story. Please leave me out of the chat.
To me, I just felt like that person just said a whole bunch of nothing because we already knew whatever he just said. We already knew Chrisean was upset that she didn't perform. There clearly was some miscommunication. Tamar just popped up in a video talking about, yeah, because it was only supposed to be for the twerk off. That's what she was mentioning with Chrisean getting on any type of stage, okay? And that's what we all assumed anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because why would Chrisean sing any of her songs on the Tamar Braxton tour? That's just not what it's giving, okay? So at the end of the day, I just feel like that was unnecessary. And why is Tamar keep throwing jabs at Troy? Like, what's really going on behind the scenes? Because the footage being leaked, there's no proof that Troy did it, okay? And it's like, what is the animosity coming from? Like, what is going on? You understand what I'm saying? So let's just listen to what Troy had to say, okay? Let's get into it. Now, he made a couple lives, and all the lives is on my Instagram. But we're going to get into some things, and then we're going to discuss the receipts that he posted.
Do you want to produce this? I don't know what receipt you want. Has anybody produced a receipt? Girl, I'm not talking in circles. I'm repeating myself. So that y'all can understand, because obviously comprehension, yes, Keon is the one that threw me in it. But then that lady with her 1.5 songs got on her YouTube page and insinuated and said that I sold James out for $5,000. That is why I'm saying something. No, Do Nothing Darius was never my friend. Homeless Travis was never my friend. And Keon that ain't got a key to a house was never my friend. I am not singling names at people that were once my friends. They were never my friend. And if I call Tamar old, Tamar will tell you if she feel like telling the truth today that I called her old before to herself. To her, personally. That's the thing about me, y'all. Like, I really be the same person. I really do. If I say it, I said it. That's why I be getting in trouble. Because it's like, well, Trey should have said that. It should have came from you. And I'm like, okay, well, I said it. Like, I don't hide behind blogs or fake pages. I don't say stuff publicly that I never said to anybody else before. No, everything I say, I've said. That's why I'm like, you know, I don't leak nothing. If I want to leak, you know what I could leak.
Now, the lives that first of all, let me just tell you, LaTroy is funny. I don't care what none of y'all say, how y'all feel about him or whatever. He is funny. He said Keon that got no key to no house, homeless. Yo, he funny, okay? Now, one thing about it, I don't know why, but for some reason, I believe Troy. I don't think that he leaked any type of footage to TMZ and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, he could have been did that. It was how long ago was this that happened? He didn't even expose the video of James. They barely spoke on the situation when it comes to the James situation. He spoke on it, but he's like, listen, friend. He had to tell what he had to tell on his side of the story too, because that's just what it was. But I personally don't think that it was Troy. And we're gonna get into the receipts of what Troy produced and everything else, into why I think it was somebody else, maybe Keon or the other person that had it. Okay, or maybe they gave it. Maybe Tamar, you know. Maybe Tamar did it. Who knows? You know, maybe Keon and Tamar is in cahoots and they did it. But at the end of the day, let's just get into some of the receipts. If y'all want to see the whole video of Troy speaking about the things and stuff like that, then go to my Instagram. And he said that Tamar Braxton had 1.5 songs. I'm done. All right, so him and Keon Perry had a conversation, right, before. Okay, so the footage will not be used. No one has posted anything but you, which I'm respectfully asking to be taken down. Now, this is what Troy said to Keon, okay? This is before anything was leaked, okay? Let's just post it. I gotta zoom this in real quick, y'all. Okay. Which I'm respectfully asking to be taken down. I understand your hunger and desire. I respect that, but violating an NDA isn't really going to work on your behalf. The first thing I asked was that additional compensation, do you think would be fair? All the other extra stuff, ownership isn't something I'll deal with. That would be with who hired you. But again, appearance releases would be needed for anyone appearing in any footage you have captured. And the NDA prohibits posting footage without consent, as well as even discussing anything to do with her. We are all chasing a dream. We are all busting our asses. No one in that room got paid anything remotely near what they should be getting. This tour was a labor of love and something we all did on the strength of believing in dreams. I know it's not a lot, but you got paid more than some people who helped put the actual show together. I'm super fair dude. Then he says, but this isn't sitting right with me. Now, Keon says, okay, I saw that message, but I wasn't sure if you were saying that you asked him what a fair amount would be. My bad. I would like to put some thought into it and consult with my people. If the footage won't be used by you or Tamar's team, what's the difference from the footage I captured on my camera versus the footage that was captured and posted by members of the audience recording that night? Just curious, because this footage is how I aim to book more jobs. Give me a call when you touch down or when you have time. Safe travels. Right then and there, his response, Keon's response, is thirsty. He says, because this footage is how I aim to book more jobs. Does that sound like Keon probably, got that $5,000 for that footage because he's thirsty to put out the footage to get more job opportunities? That's how I'm seeing it. Now, Troy responds with the difference is you signed a NDA. They did not. Keyword NDA. So there's a legal situation going on right here, right? Then Troy put a caption on his Instagram saying, Keon that ain't got no key to no house has been trying to leak footage for months. I have told him not to. I even offered to pay him more money if he felt his work was underappreciated. I don't know what the two homeless homies are trying to do, but I actually have a career and a reputation, and two people with no addresses are not gonna lie on me and expect me to be silent. I know that's right. I don't know why I like Troy. I don't know. Even when everything first circulated, I didn't think that Troy was capping or lying about anything. I feel like that genuinely happened, which clearly did. Okay, and if he did, try to sugarcoat something or fabricate a little bit of something, that I don't know. But I just know for sure, I don't think that Troy was the one who released it to TMZ to get that $5,000. Now, Troy also put on his stories, as much as I've been around, all the unreleased music and videos I have, never have I ever leaked anything to a blog. Never. And anyone that's been around knows that. And I believe it because he has been around. He's one of the people that has always been around Tamar. If he wanted to leak anything to get any type of clout, any type of money, he could have did that. We don't see that. He even had opportunities when he was getting a lot of backlash during his time. And he's still going to put out no receipts or expose nobody. And that time also, Tamar wasn't really sticking up for Troy either. And now she's going back with no proof that he leaked it and still bashing him. So I think that Tamar has something going on with Troy. Okay? Now, Keon Perry goes on his stories and says, so you telling me the person who leaked my footage to TMZ got paid $5,000? So now Keon is so surprised about the $5,000 that Tamar mentioned in her video. Like I said, Keon Perry in his statement on his stories that she read did not say anything about a $5,000. So where did she get that information from? Because clearly here, Keon seems like he's surprised and shocked. Now, let's get into how we doing. Troy posted up some more about Keon Perry around this time, about when that whole situation happened, right? November 26th. Troy responded to Keon Perry's story because he posted up Tamar Braxton singing on her tour or whatever. Troy says, would love to have a call with you because posting anything where her likeness and music does have to be approved. That's what anyone and anything captured. Release footage also has to be approved by the Novo. That's why there hasn't been any footage from that night release. This post shouldn't be up. So here it seems like Troy's been in communication with Keon Perry about the stuff that he's, posting on his stuff on his own regarding Tamar Braxton. And Troy been saying, you cannot do this. You have an NDA. Everything has to be approved. And Keon just was like, listen. Right? So he seems a little thirsty and clout chasey for me. Keon. Now, Keon said, I released a short tribute video, and the next morning, Ronnie copied and pasted it in text and cease and desist, supposedly from whatever Renee was talking about. So, here go Troy again. He's basically explaining it to Keon again. Again, definitely would love to have a call with you and Rodney. Not sure what he sent you, but I do know as a work for hire that he owned the footage. Even if the rights were acquired, although they were from Rodney's company, consent and releases would still need to be signed by everyone that appears in any footage publicly released. I know for sure myself nor Tamar signed appearance releases for anything to be publicly released. Here you go again. Then he says, haven't gotten to read all these yet, but I do know you all signed an NDA which prohibits releasing anything. Not trying to be an ass. And again, would love to have a talk with you and Rodney to make everyone satisfied, but yeah, nothing should be posted. Okay? Then Troy said, I do want to point out this section of the NDA signed. Okay, and then it says, unauthorized photos or consent, the receiving party agrees not to do that, and then it shows that. I have no idea anything from that night was posted. I just got Rodney and told him we should have a call. This isn't okay though. That's what Troy is saying to Keon. Now, here go Keon. His response. Thank you for even reaching out and expressing concern. My simple request is that if the footage I captured is going to be used, I should be compensated way more than what I was paid, especially if Tamar and her team is planning to use it for profit. Think about it. If I can put together an hour and 45-minute film, that's a lot of high quality footage captured by me alone for very low pay. Another concern is making sure I receive proper credit for my contribution to the project. I do not have any desire to, hold on, it's cut off right here, with Ronnie or do any further business with him. Once you read the text, I hope you will, or whatever. So basically, I'm looking at this as if Keon Perry is not satisfied with his money that he's getting for his work or whatever, but there is an NDA regardless of anything regarding footages. So regardless of how he feels about his pay, you still have an NDA legally telling you that you can't do certain things without approval. And he's not listening to that. So it is easy for a cover-up for Mr. Pierre, because he's so thirsty to release footage and job opportunities and money and stuff like that. I think he would be crazy enough to leak it to TMZ as anonymous or whoever, get that money and act as if he don't know about nothing because, listen, I got my money, right? So I don't know how to really feel about this. Now, Troy also posted up, okay, a receipt, a email receipt. Now he blanked out the names and the emails and stuff like that for privacy reasons. But it says see below reimbursement. Let's figure out the best delivery method for footage. Okay. It says hi all. Okay. Since Tamar hired an incompetent social media team for the rest of the tour, she asked me to find a team in LA for the Los Angeles show where Chrisean assaulted one of her employees. They did a stellar job, and I paid them out of my pocket $600 attached all the assets they created. They have like 100 MBs of footage from that night, including Tamar's non-abusive guests, pushing her sister Tamar Braxton out of the way during prayer. Here's the link. More than happy to send over all the footage, but would like to be reimbursed for what I paid. Since I am sinking her ship. I want her to have as much content as possible to reverse all the damage she has told everyone I did by speaking out against. Okay? So, y'all could go from there and just read it from there, right? So, Tamar Braxton also went on her stories and said, I guess because the video was sold, it pissed some people off. Now they sending them to me. The rest is on my YouTube. I'm tired of it. Y'all want to attack my sister who has lupus and don't even come outside. I'm not having it. So here, I just felt like she had to put out footages from last year about the incident to protect her sister from getting bashed, but that is not where we at right now. We already know Chrisean assaulted James, but now we see the video and the proof. That's what we've been waiting for, okay? Chrisean lied and said she didn't touch that man. She didn't do nothing to that man. And I already knew she was capping, okay? Because she's known for that. So if something happened with her allegedly punching somebody or assaulting somebody, I would believe it because this is what she do, right? And Tamar said, please, let's wrap this all up. It was sold last year. Had he not sold that video today to greedy TMZ, I know anyone would be talking about this. This is crazy. Girl, please. That video did not have to explode like it did. People had their opinions, and people still going to stick to their opinions, regardless if you came out or not and express what you, like, you know, what's your side of things. People are still going to think as, you know, Tony don't like Chrisean. It is what it is. Chrisean is immature, and that was very selfish of her to do and interrupt somebody's prayer. Now, after all of the receipts that I put out with Troy, you know, speaking about the receipts that Troy put out and stuff like that, now one receipt, besides Tamar putting out that James footage with his injuries or whatever about Chrisean, nobody else put out no receipts, okay? Do y'all have any proof of who leaked it? Because y'all pointing all the finger at Troy. And Tamar, you don't even know Keon Perry. You say you don't know him. So you just going by off of what he said. That's weird to me. Maybe they in cahoots together. I don't know. And Troy also says, and hopefully NYE will tell the truth. He knows I was out in the house trying to get the speakers right because the sound wasn't sounding how I wanted. So definitely was in front of the house and not talking to off-brand Fat Joe. Yo, I'm telling you, his clapbacks is funny. Now, Troy's on Twitter, and he said, I thought fat homeless Travis said I was backstage preventing Chrisean from getting on stage. He posted up a video when Tamar was performing. He was actually in the front of the house, of the stage, not in the back, on the side, on the left, or none of that. So he says this video is literally of me and NYE at the LA concert watching the show in the front of the house, away from backstage. So how did I tell Mr. Evicted who could get on stage and who couldn't? Especially because I didn't even watch the show from the stage that night. Then he says, I thought the homeless photographer said only me and one other person had the footage. But didn't I send this to her team November 15th? That's the email that y'all seen. Remember he said the footage of the prayer and everything was a link, and he had different people on it. So that is true. So Keon Perry said only him, Troy, and the other person had the footage, but Troy had a link in the email with other people attached to her team. So anybody even on her team could have leaked it. Okay? The thing about a lie is that it will never tell the truth. Again, I ain't leaked nothing. And I believe Troy for some reason. I believe Troy. So then y'all want to release proof that James got assaulted after I've been dragged for 2 months. That's what I said. Tamar and them did not, like, stick up for Troy because he was the one mainly getting the backlash. Convinced her team did this. I haven't leaked nothing. I have said what happened that night, and that's it. If y'all notice, the only people putting out footage is her team. Okay? And that's just how I feel about it. Then he says, this is extremely damaging professionally because literally all I do every day is deal with privileged information and unreleased assets. So to be accused of leaking videos to a blog is very damaging to my man and business. because we've been on bad terms before and I never leaked anything. And she knows that. I know this is exciting for everyone, but considering all we've been through, both her and mine, that has never leaked, it should have known I don't move that way. Okay? I would hope she would at least take up for me on this, or at least say she knows I don't move that way. I don't leak stuff, never have. She knows that. And be in the comments and will defend everything and everyone else. But watch me get beat down again and I ain't even do nothing. And when I say leak, I mean sneak and post stuff from fake pages or send to blogs. I don't do that. I don't leak. If I'ma say it or post it, it's coming from my page. That's the issue they got with me now. I stood on business and didn't hide. So let's just get into some of the comments. Y'all tripping on Tamar Braxton for not holding her hand out for Chrisean. Energy transfer is real. You can't let everyone touch you. Some of y'all saying Tamar Braxton was wrong and how she reacted to Chrisean. First of all, Chrisean should have stayed where she was and still received the prayer. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. She had no business interrupting the prayer just to go in between Tamar and Tony. Y'all not going to judge legend Braxton now. Okay? So that is all for this video. Everything was presented. Like I said before, I don't think Troy personally leaked the video. There is a lot of receipts that even Keon Perry has said in the message that will lean a little bit towards him or whoever else. And even if so, I think whoever on Tamar Braxton team probably leaked it too, since she want to come out with James footages and speak all this truth now because her sister is getting backlash for not holding Chrisean's hand. It's weird to me. But anyway, let me know how y'all feel about everything. Who y'all think is telling the truth or who you think leaked the footage. Okay? Let me know why. But anyway, I love y'all and I'll see y'all in the next video. Toodaloo. Mwah.